I wouldn't even like try to combat. I wouldn't even do this now, but I'm literally watching this Dr. Bryant lady sit here and convince women that having babies mid 40s is a good decision. And what irritates me the most is like she's not sharing the things that really impact women when they have babies late in life. And I can tell you for sure, my wife and I are currently going through this. So I'm going to explain to you all the details because one of these commenters in the section is like, they're like, Janet Jackson is having a baby at 45. Ashanti's having a baby at 44. First off, how are you comparing yourself to Ashanti? Ashanti and be who the hell else? Anyways, you're comparing yourself to celebrities who have the financial means to do a lot of things. So I'm gonna break it down for you. Look, I'm 38. My wife is 32. We waited. She had a career. She got her PhD. She got her job. Or she's a professor. She's at where all the women say they want to do, right? Get your career, go to school, work hard. Don't put the babies first. Fortunately, we didn't put the relationship last. That's the other problem that the women have now. You're not just like putting your, you're not just putting your babies last. You're by doing that, but you're also putting the relationship last. You're gambling that everything's gonna go perfectly well, and that's what we did, right? And nothing's wrong with everything going great. So I'll say this: the thing that prompted me to go live or to make this post is the comment. Well, everybody's body is different. Everyone's situation is no. It's not different. It wouldn't be a science if it took doctors the need to have to accommodate for billions and billions of people every single time someone had a baby in an at-risk situation. We wouldn't have a science to it. What really happens is, first off, we're going through IVF. We're about 30, 40K in the hole right now, just on the medicine. The physical toll and the mental toll that my wife had to go through going through IVF meant she had did shots in the stomach every morning. She was a beast too. She did it herself. Then she had to do it in her butt about every morning for, I don't know, was it 2, 3 months? The days blurred into the next. And I don't like giving shots. I'm squeamish. And I hate to admit that, but shit, you'll learn it when you start like putting shit in people's bodies and they start going, oh, when you do it. When you get a real life body, this ain't watching a movie. When there's a real life body involved, your body reacts differently in ways that you can't even estimate. So first off, that's the big difference there. Then let's just say things just go perfectly well, because things for us did go well, quote unquote. I mean, minus the fact that I had to do like 3 surgeries just to get there. She had to go through like 2 surgeries to get there, plus the shots, plus the third surgery to implant. Then every day after implant, every week after implant, she has to go back to the doctor. That shit costs money. And not only that, you gotta have a job where you can just break away and go to a doctor first thing in the morning. Because contrary to what y'all might believe, no, they don't go, oh, when would you like to schedule the appointment? What's best for you, sweetie? No, they get you in when they can get you in because there's millions of other people in your position. So they're full, they're packed. And you wanna have a child, so you're gonna do whatever it takes, right? So not only that, the difference between what this woman who says everybody's body is different and Janet Jackson and all these other celebrities is everyone's body pretty much reacts to certain things a certain way. So they have you do P tests, they have you do sonograms, they have your body like they have you spread leg damn near every other week leading up to it. Then afterwards, when they have you do the blood test, have you do the P test, have you do the sonograms or whatever your urological exams they have you do, they examine certain activities. And the second they see something that acts just like everyone else's body acts, they prescribe medicine for that. That medicine costs hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. They immediately do that. And then any woman over the age of 40 is an at-risk pregnancy. And then especially if you're doing IVF, period IVF, my wife is under 40. She's considered at risk because we did IVF. And she's actually considered, in a good situation because of her age. If she was over 40, they would have considered her super at risk. So what happens for the Janet Jacksons and the Ashantis is as soon as they see something, medicine. And then as soon as you get to a point where your body is reacting a certain way that they know your activity and the things that you regularly do are not going to help you have a safe baby and it might kill you having that baby, they say bed rest or no activity, no work. They tell you to not do anything. How many people out here can afford at any point in time, let's say 4 months pregnancy, I'm done working? See, what these women are not telling you is they're not sharing with you the negative sides of things. They're not sharing you the high percentage likelihood that your child's going to have some sort of deformity. And that's another thing. See, we were fortunate to go through IVF because early in the pregnancy, they could do genetic testing. Most times when they do genetic testing, you got to wait several months. But we were able to do it. Oh, and what do you know? It costs like 5K to do that too. And then when you do it, most of the well, at least for us, most of the specimens didn't even make it. So we went in there thinking, oh, you got 11 specimens, we're going to be good. Down to like four and a possible. No, four and a possible. Yeah, the possible was inconclusive. The other two deemed non-usable. So then we're down to one. So now we got one and a possible. We're not even sure if the last possible is even a viable specimen. They're going to freeze it. But that's the other thing they don't tell you. When you freeze your eggs, you're not guaranteed to be able to use those eggs. So you're paying monthly to freeze eggs too, by the way. I want to mention that too. So that's another subscription that you're paying for. Then let's pray you have a natural pregnancy. Because if you have a C-section, that's going to run you at least 100K, period. It's like all these people out here, all the Dr. Bryants, and I'm not saying Ashanti's saying do this shit, but when you guys look at their lives and you're trying to emulate your imagination on having the perfect situation where you hold off on things till you're 40, then you suddenly, sorry, then you find the man that you need, because that's going to work out perfectly for you as well, right? Damn it. I'm sorry about that. You find the man that you need. Now you're assuming that's going to work out. Let's say it takes you a year or two to figure out that it worked out or not. Then let's say that it doesn't work out perfectly. Now you're taking, you know what they have to do? They don't just let you go into IVF. They ask you how long you've been trying. So if you've been trying for a year or two, that's not enough. In fact, I don't know if it's a year or two, but it's like it's some time. They send you home and tell you to keep trying. So let's knock off another 2 years. Now you're 45. Now you're doing IVF. That takes fucking forever too. So now let's say it takes 2 years. Now you're 47. So you started off at 40. Now you're 47 trying to have your first child because stuff happens, y'all. Stuff happens. And I just want to share this with people because we did the plan and we did it after marriage. Like, and we're both career people. My wife is, I am, and luckily we have the means to be able to try to afford some of these things. We have the connections and the people to support us, but most people don't. So stop trying to act like you're gonna drop 60K, 80K on a baby and your man's gonna make you enough money for you to be able to do that too. Like, it's just unreasonable. Plan on living life like every other normal human being and not living it like you're a freaking celebrity because that's not the reality. Anyways, this lady got me lit with the whole everybody body get different. We're all special butterflies. Man, if we were all special butterflies, you wouldn't have medicine. You wouldn't have marketing. Marketing is so, I'm going on a tangent here, but I try to tell somebody else this too. If we were all unique, marketing would cost you $1 billion just to reach every audience. We're more alike than different. Like it's just a shame. It's a shame that there are people who can influence those who are not knowing, don't know the facts. And so they're influencing you in the wrong direction. And then you're holding it for stamp, you're putting off your life. And then what's going to happen when things don't go well? Ladies, prioritize your life like biology takes precedence. Because biology doesn't care about your goals, it doesn't care about your circumstance. I mean, if anything, biology cares about the things you do to your body. You could do crack cocaine and ruin your life, ruin your ability to have children. You could drink and ruin your chance to have children. You could party, ruin your chance to have. That's the other thing you don't consider either. As you're living your life in your 20s and 30s, you're diminishing your fertility each time you take a shot, each time you go party, each time you don't eat the right foods. You're also, if you get ill or sick and there's some sort of emergency that requires them to remove your ovaries or to do something medically to you that's going to make having child rearing even more difficult for you. That impacts you, especially as you get older. You have more illnesses that you're more susceptible to. Like, ladies, start thinking. Life is a science too. Like, I know we believe in God. I know that we have faith, believe in things that you don't see. I believe in that, but I also believe in the things that there is literally a medical doctor telling you that this is the absolute truth. When our doctor sat with us at my wife's age of 32, he straight up told us, oh, you just made the mark. Geriatric pregnancy is right around the corner for you. You're lucky you're not one of these women out here trying to have kids in their 40s. So all that work you're doing and building a career and making your money, all that money's gonna go right into having that kid. All right, anyways, I'm out.